Ready. Court is in session. I will call case number 4929, the State of Texas versus Destiny Yvonne Dumont. Is the state ready to proceed?
State's ready, Your Honor.
Is defense ready to proceed?
We're ready, Your Honor.
Ma'am, for the record, is your name Destiny Yvonne Dumont?
Yes, ma'am.
Ms. Dumont, you are charged in case number 4929 with forgery of a financial instrument. That is a state jail felony. That means it's punishable by not more than 2 years in the Texas Department of Criminal Justice State Jail Division and not less than 180 days. In addition, the court can assess a fine not to exceed $10,000. Ms. Dumont, you've been charged with this offense by a document called an indictment. Do you want that indictment read to you, or do you waive the reading of that indictment?
Go ahead and waive it.
We can waive it.
You waive it? All right. Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
How do you plead to this charge, guilty or not guilty?
I'm guilty.
Are you pleading guilty because you are guilty and not for any other reason?
I'm pleading guilty because I'm guilty.
Has anyone threatened you in any way or pressured you to get you to make this plea?
No, ma'am.
Ms. Dumont, I have in front of me a document. I'll hold it up. I know you can't see it, but it's called a felony plea of guilty waiver stipulation and judicial confession. Have you gone over this document with your attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
So, Ms. Dumont, do you agree with me that in this document, you tell me again that you plead guilty, you waive certain rights, such as the right to a trial by jury, you stipulate or you agree that all of the evidence the state has that you committed this offense is true, and you tell me that you believe you are mentally able of understanding everything that's going on in court today. Is all of that true?
Yes, ma'am.
Right, Ms. Dumont, this document appears to have your signature on it. Did you sign this document?
Yes, ma'am.
And do you believe, Ms. Dumont, that you're aware of the consequences of pleading guilty today?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Seelock, have you consulted with your client and advised her of her rights?
Yes, I have, Your Honor.
Do you believe her to be mentally competent?
I do.
And do you approve of her signing these stipulations before the court today?
Yes, Your Honor.
Does the state concur?
State concurs, Your Honor.
Ms. Dumont, I will sign these stipulations and I will enter them into the court's record as State Exhibit Number 1. Mr. Cook, is there a plea agreement in this case?
There is, Your Honor. In exchange for the defendant's plea of guilty, the state has agreed to recommend to the court that the defendant be sentenced to a period of confinement of 24 months with the Texas Department of Criminal Justice State Jail Division. However, that sentence of confinement be suspended, placing the defendant on community supervision for a period of 4 years, a $1,000 fine assessed against the defendant, and payment by the defendant of any court fees or costs in the bill of costs attached to the judgment, Your Honor.
Dumont, you've heard the district attorney's office announce the plea agreement. Was that the agreement that you reached with them?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Seelock, do you agree?
It is, Your Honor.
Ms. Dumont, I will follow the recommendation of the district attorney's office. I will find you guilty. I hereby find you guilty of the offense of forgery of a financial instrument. I sentence you to 24 months to serve in the Texas Department of Criminal Justice State Jail Division. I order that you pay a $1,000 fine. However, I will suspend your term of confinement and instead place you on probation for a period of 4 years. Now, during that 4-year period, it is crucial that you follow all of the terms and conditions of probation, all of their rules. So long as you follow all of those rules for 4 years, you will not have to serve that 24 months in jail. However, as I'm sure your attorney discussed with you, if you violate any of those terms and the state is able to prove it, then you will have to serve those 24 months in jail. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have any questions about that?
No, ma'am.
Then before you leave the jail, one of our probation officers will come over and meet with you and will explain all of these terms and conditions to you.
Yes, ma'am.
Have any questions, please ask her at that time. I'm going to urge you, if you think you've violated, let them know. They'll work with you if they know you're trying.
Yes, ma'am.
And Ms. Dumont, I'd like to ask you at this time, have you been satisfied with your representation by Mr. Seeloff?
Yes, ma'am.
Has he done everything you asked him to do?
Yes, ma'am.
Ms. Dumont, I have signed this judgment. You may be excused. Best wishes to you. I hope that things start going better for you from this point forward.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.